We'll do our best. I mean, it's hard to say right now, but we work hard for this training camp.
Thank you.
What do you think about Canelo?
It's good. Canelo is good. And
Ahead of their July and September fights, Manny Pacquiao linked up with Canelo Álvarez while prepping for Mario Barrios. Since Pacquiao's camp was based in Las Vegas, the boxing capital of the world, Canelo dropped by and officially joined his training session earlier today.
A while back, your son was in the gym with Canelo. Canelo showed him a lot of love. Yeah. He's a good person too. Canelo's a good person. Yeah, I think that's it. He's a role model. One of the role models in boxing. You guys separate yourself from most fighters, being the face of the sport.
During training, the younger and more active fighter took charge, guiding the newly inducted Hall of Famer through his sessions. Canelo Álvarez focused on sharpening Pacquiao's skills, fine-tuning key aspects of his game to prepare for whatever Mario Barrios might throw at him. Understanding the pressure Manny could face from Barrios' youth and aggression, Canelo stepped in for a sparring session. Not just any spar, but a calculated one. Canelo stayed aggressive, constantly pressing forward, forcing Pacquiao to stay defensive and dial in his reactions before stepping into the ring for the big fight.
What was your thoughts on the career of Manny Pacquiao, and did you know him well?
No lo conozco personalmente, pero lo que sí te puedo decir es que ha logrado mucho en el boxeo y ganó campeonatos en muchas divisiones, grandes peleas. Creo que era el momento de retirarse, él ya está en el Salón de la Fama y la verdad que un gran peleador.
Mario Barrios is younger, likely faster, and packs more power, so Pacquiao can't just throw punches. He has to adapt and respond to everything Barrios brings. Beyond training, the two shared a long jog, shadowboxed for several rounds, powered, through strength and conditioning drills, and even spent time bonding over a meal.
You don't lose that. Awesome. Fire.
The Pacquiao-Canelo training link-up was a thrilling sight for fans, who lit up the internet with reactions. "I'm confident Pacquiao's taking this one. He looks locked in," one fan wrote. "It wasn't like this before the Ugas fight. Hopefully, Canelo gives him the edge to light up the boxing world with a masterclass." But not all comments were praise. One troll took a jab at Canelo saying, "Manny and Canelo have a lot in common, except Manny doesn't duck fighters, like Canelo does." Maybe Canelo shouldn't just train him. He should learn a thing or two from Manny about taking real challenges.
Did you get any sleep yet, Manny? Or
Morning.
any sleep yet, or still jet lag? Still jet lag. But you're still working out.
Maybe like 12, then woke up and 4 o'clock in the morning. And that's it.
No sleep.
Another fan chimed in. "Two legends, two Hall of Famers. I'm expecting a huge win on fight night." With Canelo in Pacquiao's corner, I hope Manny gives him a shout out after the victory. Maybe Pacquiao can even share some tips on beating Terence Crawford. A final comment read, "Pac-Man and Canelo never shared the ring, but seeing them train together is epic. This link-up between two icons isn't just cool, it's historic." Fans will be talking about this connection for years to come.
Un gran peleador.
You know, I don't know Manny Pacquiao personally, but I know that he's a great champion. You know, it was his time for his retirement. He had already reached the Hall of Fame, but he is a great fighter.
Yeah. Basically, as you move forward, Canelo,
Manny Pacquiao has officially announced his epic return to the boxing ring after nearly 5 years away. The 46-year-old legend has been sharing his comeback journey on social media, brushing off criticism with quotes straight from Rocky Balboa, using the iconic character as a symbol of self-belief and grit. For Pacquiao, this isn't just another fight, it's a mission. He's determined to inspire others by proving that no matter your age or setbacks, you can rise again. Through training clips and motivational posts, Pacquiao is showing the world that resilience wins and that comebacks are always possible.
Day one.
Life hits you hard, but what matters is how many hits you can take and keep moving forward. That's one of the powerful quotes Manny Pacquiao recently shared online, alongside intense training photos and videos. What's really caught fans' attention is his constant nod to the Rocky movies, a touch they're loving. Pacquiao's last time in the ring was back on August 21st, 2021 at the T-Mobile Arena in Paradise, Nevada, where he went 12 rounds with Yordenis Ugas, ultimately losing by unanimous decision. Now, he's hungry for redemption, and fans are all in.
For pivots. Pacquiao boxes throwing 25 jabs per round in this fight. Oh, and it was a warning, not a point taken away. Okay.
As you see, every time Manny gets hit with the jab,
And a couple of jabs just like that, and there goes Ugas. He does not want to lose. Neither guy does, obviously. But Manny knows how to win.
look at this exchange. Look, boom, the counter immediately.
That right hand round, no question.
I'll tell you what.
Jabbing just like that. He's going to be able to keep him at distance. Able to move Pacquiao back just a bit. Pacquiao fires.
Hey, listen, I'm a fan of the jab.
Also, my legs is tight.
Yeah, we saw that you didn't use your legs as much, not as much footwork from you, and not as much head movement from you as well. Was it a matter of tightness? Was that the issue?
Yeah, my legs is so tight. That's why it's hard to move.
Do you think that's father time? 42 years old, still doing this, man, going the distance here against yes, look at this. This crowd is so pumped to be here. They came to see you. What do you want to say to them?
Well, I'm so thankful to the fans.
After that fight, Pacquiao stepped away from boxing to focus on new challenges, including a political career as a senator and even a presidential run. But that chapter didn't last long, and it seems the ring kept calling. Now he's back, and judging by his energy and focus, he's more motivated than ever.
Manny, I know after the Ugas fight was a little difficult for your family. Your eyes were closed and your wife fed you and everything. Was that tough in this part of coming back? Was there a talk you had to have with your family before coming back and Jinky?
Yeah, they saw that, but they're very supportive because they saw my speed, my power, and then the body condition, like that.
On July 19th, Manny Pacquiao will face off against WBC welterweight champion Mario Barrios. The Filipino icon has called this the dream ending to his legendary career, and he's fired up. WBC President Mauricio Sulaiman told the LA Times that Pacquiao personally reached out saying, "Help me fulfill my dream of retiring with the WBC, the belt I started with at flyweight." The talks went smoothly, and now the stage is set. For over a generation, Pacquiao has been a box office draw and a global inspiration. Now he returns to the spotlight, chasing one last epic moment inside the ring.
The body condition, like that. The last fight that I had with Ugas, you know me because I'm not really 100% focused on that fight because there's a distraction, I encounter a lot of cases with Paradigm. Paradigm is distracting me so much in that fight. They did a lot of things in training camp to distract me, 100%. But I study about it and think about.
Trying to become the second oldest world champion ever, Manny Pacquiao returns after 4 years away to face perhaps the most vulnerable welterweight champion, Mario Barrios Jr. Their July 19th showdown at the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas is loaded with drama and suspense. There's a real opening for Pacquiao here, said pro boxing analyst Paulie Malaji on Boxing Scene today, adding that 70 to 80% of experts believe Pacquiao will come out on top against Barrios.
And now July 19th, is that potential fight, which to me is a little bit shocking.
Yeah.
Part that Pacquiao has been in the ring for 4 years.
Yeah.
He's coming back, facing Mario Barrios. I mean, have you talked to him? Were you shocked as well with that, that fight announcement happened?
He did mention it to me a while back, but it was kind of in the works still. I didn't really believe it at the moment. I don't think he did either. But
at 46, 8th division champ and recent Hall of Fame inductee Manny Pacquiao returned to training last week with legendary cornerman Freddie Roach, kicking off a focused camp as his July fight against 30-year-old Mario Barrios draws near. On February 1st, former foe and ex-140-pound champ Chris Algieri told Boxing Scene that Pacquiao's flat performance in a recent exhibition against a kickboxer was likely due to little training. "The Manny I see in the gym now looks much sharper," Algieri said. While the footage with Freddie is nostalgic, Pacquiao still got to grind at 46, working through plenty of scar tissue under Freddie's expert eye.
I didn't really believe it at the moment. I don't think he did either, but now it's almost official, so I think it'd be pretty cool just to see a friend I grew up with fight a legend like Manny Pacquiao.
It's right for Manny to come back and fight. I mean,
if he feels like he has it in him, then why not?
What is your prediction for that fight? Even people saying that at his age, training camp is.
Algieri raised the question that could sell this fight. Can Pacquiao, turning 46 on August the 2nd, surpass George Foreman and become the second oldest world champion ever, trailing only Bernard Hopkins? Does he still have that Filipino magic? Algieri asked, before answering from experience, after being dropped 6 times by Pacquiao in their 2014 welterweight title bout in China. Manny Pacquiao is something special. The best fighter I've ever faced. He's craftier than people. Give him credit for. It's not just all aggression. Maximizing the skills of an older Pacquiao is the focus now, but questions remain about whether he can still pull the trigger after his 2021 loss to Yordenis Ugas, and if he can withstand Barrios' power. Analyst Malignaggi said, "Barrios gets hit no matter if his hands are up or down. This fight will see a lot of punches land. Barrios isn't great, Manny's old. Who lasts longer?"
What is your prediction for that fight? Even people saying that at his age, training camp is different. Watching him, do all that is obviously different being in the ring. But how would you break that fight down for us? Obviously, Mario has a height. He has the length.
Yeah. I think Mario is gonna go out there and just put a beating on Manny. I think Manny's a little too old, but he's a legend. He already did what he did, so I really don't see a reason for him to come back. But if he wants to go in the ring with Mario, then I guess Mario has to show him that he has a youth, and Manny Pacquiao should have just stayed retired.
Yeah. That's
knowing Pacquiao's history, from 3 first-round knockdowns against Juan Manuel Marquez to his surprising 2019 knockdown of then-champion Keith Thurman. Algieri expects the veteran to come out swinging early. He's going to launch right. "Away," Algieri said. "If he still has that spark, he'll crack Barrios. Power is usually the last thing to fade." Malignaggi, however, has long doubted Pacquiao's ability to maintain that power naturally and calls him the 800-pound gorilla if he pulls off a great performance at 46. Ultimately, age remains the biggest unknown. Pacquiao's ultimate X factor in this fight.
Saying are still kind of disbelief, but even looking at social media and the fans, they're thrilled just to see him back. So just to have him in the ring, and fighters at that age are not competing.
I think that just says a lot about the type of fighter Manny Pacquiao is.
If Pacquiao still has his footwork, he might just pull off the upset. Algieri said. Barrios is the favorite for good reason. A 46-year-old coming back after 4 years away didn't look great in the exhibition. No matter how the fight starts, Barrios could get cut, hurt, or knocked down, but he'll still be in it. 12 rounds at 46 is a marathon, and Pacquiao still has to make weight, which gets tougher with age. Malignaggi isn't sold on Barrios, who took the belt. After Terence Crawford moved up to 154 and fought Abel Ramos to a draw last November.
He's 47.
He's 46.
And people are still excited to see him fight. So, I mean, that just says a lot about him and what he's done in his career. So, like I said earlier, to see a friend I grew up with fight Manny Pacquiao is just going to be pretty cool. And at the same night. So, it's a huge night for San Antonio boxing.
Lastly, we're also September, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't know what the guy's doing in there, Malignaggi said. He should be using his right hand or uppercut and fixing those defensive weaknesses. I'm not sure he's even teachable. Algieri advised Barrios to start fast and hold his ground. Both fighters will face tough moments, Malignaggi added. If Pacquiao can endure and reclaim the welterweight belt, it will be the greatest comeback story boxing has ever seen. A rightful ending he's been chasing for years.
You wanted to fight Manny Pacquiao. I think you were like 27, 28 when you wanted to fight Pac. Why didn't that fight happen?
I hear so many excuses like they didn't want it, but Freddie Roach on the record saying he didn't want Pacquiao to fight. I just think Top Rank wanted to protect Pacquiao because...
Boxing icon Amir Khan has voiced surprise and concern over Manny Pacquiao's decision to return to the pro ring against reigning WBC welterweight champ Mario Barrios, warning that the 46-year-old Filipino legend is just one punch away from serious injury. Khan spoke to Mailsport in Saudi Arabia about Pacquiao's highly anticipated comeback after 4 years away. He called the July showdown a good fight, but stressed the risks involved given Pacquiao's age and recent performances. I mean, it shocked me a little bit, Khan admitted.
When's Amir Khan coming back? You know, the only person I'll come back for, on a serious note, would be Manny Pacquiao. I would not come back for anyone else. It'd make me train even harder than like a Kell Brook fight because he's an animal, and you know you need that push.